Hey guys, as always, I am the Gentleman Snark here, and I'm with...
Havoc.
So, we're here to bring you a review of ReZero Season 2, Episode 3. Now, we got a lot of stuff to kind of talk about here. But before we get into that, I want you guys to know that if you like what you see here, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into this episode. So, this episode just starts off where we left off last week, and that is Subaru meeting the Witch of Greed for tea time.
Wow.
Alright, so this was an interesting moment here because we pretty much got a huge ball drop, a huge exposition dump of where we can kind of expect the rest of the series to go, because we got some lore that there are other witches that pertains to, the 7 deadly sins. And apparently all those witches kind of got murked by the Witch of Envy.
Okay, but why though?
So that's interesting. So pretty much...
They got wrecked.
Yeah, they got wrecked. I suspect that the rest of the series is going to have something to do with Subaru meeting the ghosts of all these witches, and he's just going to have to either deal with whatever request or gain whatever knowledge that those witches have to give him, because some of them that was mentioned were pretty badass. Like, there was one that literally led a dragon into a north wall. Then there was one that pretty much mercilessly judges criminals. So yeah, it's a big exposition dump. Not really sure how those other witches' personality are gonna be in, but I gotta say I kinda can't wait till we see them. But I gotta say, in this episode, we once again see how much Subaru is an idiot, because we see the Witch of Greed is literally saying, hey, you can ask me any question. I have like a giant plethora of knowledge.
And the only thing on his mind is the golden triangle.
Like, seriously, I gotta be real with you. If I was in Subaru's situation, if I'm in a foreign world where I'm just kind of fumbling around with my makeshift power, and I meet an entity who's essentially saying, yeah, answer any question, I can give you whatever answer you want. If you want to know anything about the world, I can tell you. And I would literally spend a good 24 hours of that world's time till I get a full understanding of what the heck I got myself into and what the heck is going to happen, and most importantly, how to put an end to it all.
Oh, but the only thing he can think about is Amelia. The only thing.
You're goddamn right.
As the best girl has been completely forgotten from the series, the only thing he can think about is Amelia.
Right.
Oh well, I'm on your side here. He could have asked, the Witch of Greed here, how can I save Amelia? What's wrong with Amelia? Is there a way to save Amelia? I think that a rock would be a better character than Subaru, but Subaru's character kind of fits into the narrative in the style of storytelling. But anyway.
To be truthfully honest with you, one important aspect that he could have asked would have been, hey, what's this trial you keep talking about? Because at the very least, that would be the last thing I asked the moment she states that, okay, I'll give you permission to take this trial. He just was like, what? And it gets sent off. He's not even like, wait, but what's this trial? What do I have to do? Who's Garfield? What the heck is all this? And then Bloop gets sent on his way. Like, he only cares to go back to Amelia. So I'm not gonna call him a simp.
He's a simp.
But he's getting there.
No, he's a simp.
But the interesting thing to note with this whole interaction between Subaru and the Witch of Greed is that he did promise to make a comeback. He did promise to come back and see her again. So this is not the end of the Witch of Greed. This is not the last we've seen of her. We're gonna see her again at some point. I really like the Witch of Greed's character here because it was like another Beatrice character, because clearly since Beatrice is so far out of the way and she's pretty much avoiding Subaru now, we kind of needed another character to kind of give us all the information and lore that we needed.
They could essentially be the same character, or Beatrice could be a witch herself.
That's a possibility. I mean, the aspect, because again, we get to talk about more of, oh, you took out Archbishop of Sloth, and now the Witchcrafter of Sloth has now taken residence within you.
That's disturbing.
Again, we get talks about this, about, how Subaru's delving more and more into the witch's cult I don't even think he has a full understanding of what this means. He's just kind of fumbling through the motions at this point. Next point is that after Subaru leaves, This is the part where I kind of could understand why the writers didn't give Subaru too many questions, because it appears that once he returned back from that world, he returned with no memory. He had absolutely no understanding of what happened. As he's walking out of the ruins, he even says, I feel like somebody was talking to him. So I don't know if that's because of his own stupidity, or if that's normally how it works, or if Witch of Greed just took his memories away of their whole encounter. Because if you remember, she also had this condition, which was, my condition for us meeting here is you can't tell anybody what happens in the tea party. And I'm like, how can he tell anybody if he has no memory?
But also, not to skip ahead too far, but when he was having his conversation with Roswell, basically, like, Roswell said the name, and he was like, he looked like he found it to be familiar in some way, shape, or form. Subaru was like Eknida, or Eknida. He was like, huh? That makes sense to me.
Let's talk about Garfield for a second. The moment Subaru comes back, everybody's pretty much on the floor. And Garfield just throws Subaru like a rag doll. Now, luckily, his ground dragon managed to save him from a terrifying crash, which probably would have just made him return by death at this point, because I feel like this series might turn into a little bit of torture porn, where they might be like, what more gratifying and disgusting way can we kill Subaru next?
That's disturbing.
At least that's the vibe I'm getting off of the series in general, because season 1 had that in spades.
Maybe that's just the point of the series, to kill Subaru in the most fantastical ways.
Okay, but why though?
Now, we get a bit more info dump where it's pretty much explained that the reason why Amelia kinda passed out and fell asleep was that she's a half-blood. And because she's a half-blood, she's entering the sanctuary. The necklace that was also similar to Garfield's. Apparently, it's very stated that Garfield is just the guardian of the sanctuary. He's pretty much protecting people or from whom might try to wander in there. However, I kind of question if whether he's kind of a guardian in two ways, in the sense where he's stopping people from getting in or out.
It looked like both based on his demeanor.
Yeah, he definitely seems like a character that he seems like a bad guy, but deep down he has some kind of code of ethics, or what he would like to say, his own way of doing things. So I don't think Garfield's a bad guy. He's just the typical rambunctious kind.
Wait, can we cut it back a second, just put things into perspective? Look what happened with Subaru. I mean, the half-bloods, whenever the half-bloods cross the barrier, they pass out or whatever. We understand that already. But Subaru was transported to a demented tea party with the Witch of Greed here. Now 2 witches are messing with this man. All I'm saying is, what's going on with him? You know what I mean? It's still a mystery to us, and I'm wondering what's so special about him. But I just wanted to draw attention to that, to draw perspective on the series, that, something's very special with this man. Or boy.
Well, yeah, because the thing about it is that ever since Subaru started entering this world, a lot of people were kind of drawn to him because either he has the Witch's scent or something. So I feel like whatever drew the Witch of Envy is probably the same thing that drew the Witch of Greed to teleport him in. And chances are, as the series progresses, that same thing is probably going to attract the other witches towards Subaru as well. Because keep in mind, they said the Witch of Envy killed all the other witches, so I'm pretty sure the other witches might get that scent off of him and want some payback.
Because as far as I'm concerned, Subaru's just an engine to keep the story going, but he's just a point of view to tell the story from. That's how I've seen him, and his point of view is just so that it makes the story difficult to watch, but I digress on this point as well.
We basically get into the sanctuary, and we realize that this sanctuary is pretty much a demi-human's paradise. And I say paradise very loosely, because really, it's a shithole. That's what it is. It's a shithole. They're living
loosely.
Pretty damn loosely. And we pretty much see Roswell, who gives an explanation as to why he's all beat up. And pretty much the long and short of it is, yeah, we can't leave unless we pass our trial, so we're under house arrest.
Wow.
House arrest. Okay. So Roswell's in bandages, pretty much explaining that they're under house arrest. He got beaten up thoroughly because they had to complete a trial. So this pretty much confirms what we talked about in last week's review, where Roswell's up to something here. He's definitely planning this. He knows exactly what he was doing. And I'd even go as far as to say, because I'm wondering what's his angle, because he has that angle. Because here's the thing, if he knew all about the Witch of Greed and this sanctuary, there's no way he didn't know about the fact that they had to complete a trial after the fact.
Nope.
So he planned this. He set this up. I'm pretty sure those injuries he got was complete BS. If he wanted to leave, I'm pretty sure he probably could have left already.
Oh, absolutely. I saw it on his face.
So yeah, Roswell, he's pulling some kind of angle here.
Motherfucker set this up.
Whatever angle he's pulling, it's still yet to be revealed. It could be a potential that he's trying to get Amelia to get some favor amongst the citizens, because we see in the next scene that she does pull off some good PR moments where she's pretty much talking to the people, the townspeople, to kind of get them to become her friends. And we all know how this is going to go. We've seen this in multiple stories before where she's gonna save them, they're gonna love her, they're gonna support her in the selection battle by becoming her friends, even though that's not directly what she asked for. We've seen it, it's nothing new. I kind of glossed over that, to be honest. I kind of rolled my eyes because not that it was a bad moment, but it was expected. It had to happen. They weren't gonna stay mad at her forever.
So cliche, my eyes rolled into the back of my head. That was abysmal writing, but they had to write it that way in order to progress the story.
Now, the last point here is the trial. The trial finally happens now. Okay, so the first question is, what the heck is the trial? Because we know that the Witch of Greed gave Subaru something to allow him to take the trial, even though he's not a half-blood. So, which obviously he couldn't remember, because when he ran in after Amelia, who suddenly disappeared, they started to glow blue and everyone was confused by it. But he's like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I'll call you guys if I need you. And see, this is another thing why he's kind of dumb, because I'm just like, they literally just told you that it only lights up blue if you can be accepted into the trial. If it doesn't shine blue for them, they can't help you if you just run up in there. But okay, at this point, see, it's been such a long time since I've seen season 1, I kind of forgot how stupid Subaru can really get. And it's really starting to dawn on me now.
He straight up just ran in there and just passed out. Like, it's like he got knocked out, like he walked straight into a punch.
So clearly this trial has something to do with the past, because immediately when we see Subaru, he passes out and he wakes up, he gets greeted by his dad. That pretty much body slams him.
Yeah, with his and everything.
And the episode ends there.
We gotta talk about this. His dad straight up cut like a mother jumping on him. This is some weird stuff, man. This is gonna talk about Subaru's abusive childhood.
Wrong.
To be honest, I'm really interested in the next episode because we've never really seen Subaru's livelihood in his own world, in the normal world. We've only ever seen him walk from a 7-Eleven into the fantasy world. That's it. We've never seen how he is in his daily life. All we know is that he was a hikikomori, and as we see a brief instance of his bedroom having a whole bunch of anime girl dolls and whatnot, he's pretty much a weeb.
He's a super weeaboo.
You're goddamn right.
Exactly. So yeah, we get that aspect. I'm kind of curious to how he got along with his parents, specifically his dad. His dad seemed the more, not aggressive, but very the abrasive guy that loves to mess around and with his son and whatnot. So can't wait to see that. We get a bit more insight into Subaru's character, because to be honest, I have to wonder where Subaru gets his mannerisms from, because the guy, I know he's the main character, but sometimes I kind of forget that, because he's relegated as a cheerleader sometimes, because when Amelia's taking the test, she's just like, hey, can you cheer for me one more time? And he does this makeshift I'm like, bruh, is this our MC? Ta-da! Is this really our MC? Like, what the heck?
I don't know. He straight up woke in his bed and his half-naked father was on top of him.
Good night, everybody.
You know, I was a little bit weirded out. I thought that was a very interesting way to start things off.
So all in all, this episode wasn't bad. We got some good exposition. We got some great information on to what we can expect going forward in this series. All the townspeople being under house arrest. Interesting thing there. Hopefully, after Subaru passes the trial, maybe he could free all of the people, including the demi-humans there as well. So that's a potential aspect there. Maybe he could shatter the barrier. Not gonna put too much faith in him, but that is a possibility, because if the barrier gets shattered, that might help with Amelia standing a lot more. Overall, I like the episode. We got some good expositions. Next week's episode, we can see more into Subaru's daily life. But there is one question I do want to ask before we end it, is that if Subaru's past was him dealing with his parents, what was Amelia's past like? And the last question I have to ask here, where the hell is Puck?
Yeah, I want to know that too. Puck's my favorite character.
Yeah, Puck is still nowhere to be seen. And I assumed that Puck will be wherever Roswell is, but we see Roswell now, but Puck is still nowhere at all. So where the heck is Puck? What is he doing? Is he sealed? Is he asleep? Like, what's going on here? What's with Puck here? But that's gonna be it for us. If you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. And if you want to catch us live, we got a Twitch. We are on twitch.tv/Nerdent. There we play games such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and many others. We have a good fun old time playing, commentating on matches and whatnot. Havoc got triggered in the last stream as well, so if you guys want to catch stuff like that, you gotta follow us at twitch.tv/Nerdent. And lastly, if you want to know when we go live, please consider following us on Twitter at @MeetsWest. That's at MEETSWEST. Now, as always, I am the Gentleman Snark.
And I am Havoc.
We'll catch you guys in the next review. So take care, guys. See ya.